So one of the first things we need to remember is there are opportunities available in the market, right? And there are companies that are hiring, as many companies that are laying off. There are a lot of them that are hiring today, but not every job is the right fit for us. And it's important to keep that in mind, because if you get into something that you were kind of pushed into, but you're not passionate about, or it's not your cup of tea, then you are not going to be happy over there. And a few months down the line, you are going to be figuring out what next. So I think in many ways, we really need to be very selective of what we want to do next. We need to have that clarity of thought, and we also need to pen down what are our key strengths and what is the value we bring to the table. And that's critical, whether it's a job search or even if you're in a current organization looking to move up the ladder. You need to pen down what is the value that you bring to the table, and that is going to be your key to success if you want to look for that next role change or look for that promotion.
No, that's fantastic. And I've sat with you, Preeta, as we do recruiting for companies, including where we worked together last. And I know that you have certain things you look for when you're on that kind of recruiting panel. Do you want to give us one tip? Because we have to save some for the webinar, but give us one tip that would make a candidate stand out.
Yeah. So one of the first things that we look for in a candidate is how well they've done their research about not just the role, but about the company. So you really need to read up about the company. And obviously, there are various ways you can go about it. The internet and search is a wonderful tool that's available to everybody. But if you don't know that basic information about the organization and the role that you're applying for, it's going to be one of the first things that stands out and can be a negative mark against you. Yes.
And I think, it's been quite impressive to see when candidates actually look up the profile of the person who's doing the interview. That always, it sometimes works, but it is a good point in terms of attention to detail.